Meanwhile, something Ron DeSantis said over the weekend isn't sitting well with Trump supporters, apparently.
No, it's not.
It's kind of a long clip, but wait for it. Here's what he had to say.
A lot of the arguments that many of the MAGA people will say that you are controlled by the Bushes and the Cheneys, that you are a RINO, that this is the real reason why you're running. I'd like to kind of put those things to rest once and for all. What is your response to that?
Well, it's just totally fabricated. I mean, I have the boldest record of any elected Republican in the country. I mean, how many establishment Republicans would send troops to the southern border? How many establishment Republicans would ban transgender surgeries for minors? How many establishment Republicans would eliminate critical race theory from our K through 12 schools? How many establishment Republicans would have been willing to fund transportation for illegal aliens to go to Martha's Vineyard? How many establishment Republicans would have done the constitutional carry for Second Amendment or the heartbeat bill? So it just flies in the face of everything that we've ever done for our record. And oh, by the way, I mean, I've been fighting the Republican establishment my whole career, including as a founding member of the Freedom Caucus. We showed how it's done in Florida. We came in, we drained this swamp here in Florida, and the state's never done better as a result. And we won a victory that no Republican governor candidate has ever achieved in the history of the state of Florida.
So to the people who make those claims, they make it so much. Why do you think that they say these things? Is there a reasoning behind it, or do they really think that?
I don't think they think it. I think that we have a strand in our party that views supporting Trump as whether you are a RINO or not. And so you could be the most conservative person since sliced bread. Unless you're kissing his rear end, they will somehow call you a RINO. So it's been totally detached from principle and what you actually believe and results. And it's more about, just what faction you happen to do. So there'll be people who are huge Trump supporters, like in Congress, who have like incredibly liberal left-wing records that's really just atrocious. And yet they're viewed as by some of these folks as like really, really good. Then you have other people, like a Congressman Chip Roy, who's endorsed me, Congressman Thomas Massey. These guys have records of principle fighting the swamp that are second to none. And yet they will be attacked by some of these people and called RINOs. So it's just been totally detached from any type of substance. And ultimately, a movement can't be about the personality of one individual. The movement has got to be about what are you trying to achieve on behalf of the American people. And that's got to be based in principle. Because if you're not rooted in principle, if all we are is listless vessels that's just supposed to follow, whatever happens to come down the pike on Truth Social every morning, that's not going to be a durable movement.
So that's the thing right there was at the very end.
Listless
where he
vessels.
says, if all we are
are
listless vessels,
right,
just waiting for the latest Truth Social post, then, I don't know.
So
I don't know. So did he call Trump supporters listless vessels?
Well, many Trump supporters took it that way, and they kind of grouped it in with like Hillary Clinton calling Trump supporters deplorables. Right. And so that's what they say. Now,
well, I will say this. I mean, the super hardcore Trump supporters.
Okay.
And this is backed up by a poll just now. This is a poll from a survey of 2,061 Americans. It shows that Trump supporters...
The CBS News, is this the Trust one?
Yes.
Yeah, the CBS News. YouGov.
Yep, you're right. CBS News. It shows more trust in Donald Trump than in their family, in their friends, or religious leaders.
Yes, I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was 71% support or trust Trump.
They feel what Trump tells them is generally true. For family and friends, 63%. So Trump, by 8 percentage points, has more trust than people have in their family and friends. For conservative media figures, it was 56%. And religious leaders, 42%.
Amazing.
71% for Trump. 42% for religious leaders. Okay.
A lot of trust there, Pat.
A lot of trust.
And I would like to point out that the Team Trump did post a press release asking DeSantis to apologize for his comments, and I think they posted that on Truth Social, if I'm not mistaken. So the irony is kind of thick. So on Wednesday night, though, he is confirmed that he will be on with Tucker Carlson instead of the
he will not be
stage,
doing the
right?
debate.
Right?
Right.
And that's too bad.
Yeah, I think it is too. But here's what he said.
Okay.
The public knows who I am and what a successful presidency I had with energy independence, strong borders and military, biggest ever tax and regulation cuts, no inflation, strongest economy in history, and much more. I will therefore not be doing the debates. Exclamation.
The debates, plural?
It does say debates, plural.
Wow.
Yeah. So apparently he's not doing any of them.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
But didn't he get upset at Joe Biden for avoiding debates a few years ago? Feels like that was a thing then.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some. I've got questions that I would like him to answer.